Hi, friends.
Welcome back to Pantano Kids Online.
We are so glad you're here today for another round of Thanksgiving Olympics.
Have my turkey hat today.
So festive. Today's game is kind of psycho. Here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, so it's kind of weird and we might look like idiots out here, but we are going to do turkey bowling. So what that means is we literally bought a turkey. It's a young turkey, and we are going to set up some bowling pins and do bowling with a actual turkey.
Yes, and the person with the most points at the end of probably 10 rounds wins. So let's go bowling. Okay, friends, here I have the young turkey. It is 13.34 pounds. It costs $20. It is about the size of a bowling ball, except, oblong. I'm gonna bowl it. Ready?
This is really heavy. Okay, friends, this is our last round.
Last round!
Melissa, you have 14 points and I have 25. Let's see if Miss Melissa can
Okay.
pick up the win.
Last
My last
shot.
turk.
What? We have a winner of the turkey bowling, and it is Megan! Okay, friends, that was crazy.
That turkey was actually so heavy.
It really was. My hands are so cold. All right, friends, thank you so much for joining us. Let's go get into the video.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
One by one, show the world your love. Jesus Christ in us, we won't hide it.
Friends, if you were here with us last week, you know that we have started a new month, which means we have a new theme talking all about gratitude. And because we're grateful, we have to act on it. See, gratitude is different from thankfulness, but they go hand in hand and they have to work together. So when you're grateful for something, that means that you're so thankful for whatever that thing or person or place is, that you have to do something about it. So we're going to be talking about different examples all month long of what it looks like to be so grateful that you just have to do something about it. We have a new memory verse, and I just want to talk about that for just a minute because it's so important to know God's word and to know what God is telling us through his word. So our verse this month comes out of 2 Corinthians chapter 2, and it's the first part of verse 14. It says, "I am grateful that God always makes it possible for Christ to lead us to victory. God also helps us spread the knowledge about Christ everywhere." I love this verse, friends, because it tells us that with God, we're not going to lose. When we choose to serve him and to follow him, he's going to take care of us. I love that it reminds us that Jesus is our victory. That the reason that we serve God and do things is because he sent his son Jesus to die on the cross for us. And because of that, we get to be so grateful that the only thing we can do is go serve and share that with others. So all month long, we are focusing on that. What does it look like to serve God out of that gratitude for the things that God has done for us? This week, we are talking about something really awesome, and I'm so excited. We are talking all about being grateful, and because we're grateful, we love others. So I want you to think about this sentence. I'm grateful, so I love others. Is that kind of hard sometimes? Do you think it's easy to always show love to other people? It isn't that easy, is it? But I have a very important question for you. Do you have a best friend? I have a best friend. I actually have a couple of best friends. But today I want to talk about one best friend in particular. This best friend, she doesn't live in Arizona. She lives in Missouri, which is very far away from me. And I don't get to see her very often, which is super sad. I love my best friend. And I am so thankful that she is in my life. We have had some really crazy adventures together. We love to drink coffee together. We love to go on crazy adventures. We love going to thrift stores together. But our friendship is more than the things that we do together. It's the way that we love each other. See, this is my sweet friend who I can talk to about all of the not so good things in my life and all of the good things in my life. And I know that she'll always support me and love me no matter what. Do you have a friend like that? Do you have a best friend? Do you have someone that loves you no matter what? See, I'm so thankful for who my best friend is and the way that she loves me that I have to show her that I'm so grateful for her by loving her the same way that she loves me. I love my friend so much. My friend is so funny and kind and caring and loving towards other people, and she sets such a good example to me of who Jesus is. It's really important to me that she sets that example of who Jesus is and that I do the same thing for her, because then we are working hard to show other people who Jesus is through our friendship. Today's story is all about two best friends, and I'm so excited for you to hear about their friendship. Their names are David and Jonathan, and their story, part of it, takes place in the book of 1 Samuel, chapters 18 through 20. Let's go listen to the story.
Today's story is found in 1 Samuel chapters 18 through 20. Our story today is about two men who were best friends. They loved each other so very, very much. Our friends in our story today are named David and Jonathan. Before we get into our story, we have to rewind. The people of Israel wanted to have a king. God had told them that this was a bad idea, but they begged God to give them a king. Now, Israel went through a period of lots of different kings and judges and things, but at this time in our story, Israel had a king named Saul. Saul was a really good king, and at first, he loved God so much. Saul had a son named Jonathan. This made Saul very, very happy. But God told Saul that Jonathan wasn't going to be the king after Saul died. This made Saul very frustrated. Instead, God said that David would be the king. You might remember David because he killed a giant, a really, really strong giant named Goliath. Well, that's the same guy that God said was going to be the new king of Israel when Saul died. So David started to train under Saul. Saul treated him just like one of his own sons. Because of this, Jonathan and David became best friends, like brothers. They loved each other so very, very much, and they spent a lot of time together. Jonathan even gave David gifts sometimes of special things, like his sword and his cloak and things like that. Well, David was really, really good at everything that he did because God was with him. And this made King Saul, what do you think? Do you think it made him happy? No, it made him really, really jealous. He was really upset that David got to do all of these great things and that people loved David because of the great things that he got to do. So because King Saul was so jealous, he would send David on all of these different missions, and when he did it, he would try to kill David. In fact, at one time, he tried to throw a spear at David, but David was saved from the spear and didn't die. This made Jonathan very, very sad. So Jonathan decided to go talk to his dad, the king, and the king apologized for what he had done. He said that he wouldn't try to kill David again. But then, guess what happened? He sent David on another mission, hoping that David would die on his mission, and he tried to kill him again. This guy's like really, really jealous of David. This made Jonathan really sad. See, Jonathan and David were the kind of friends that were inseparable. They loved each other so much, and they just wanted to do what they could for one another. They loved each other. They were so happy. They were like brothers because they loved each other so much. But Jonathan was really sad because his dad didn't love David and didn't respect what God had said was going to happen. So because of that, Jonathan and David didn't get to be together for quite a while as friends. They had to separate, and David had to go into hiding because Saul was so jealous and angry at David. But no matter what, through all of the things that happened in Jonathan and David's lives, they remained best friends and loved each other no matter what.
Wow, the story of Jonathan and David, you guys, it's wild. Jonathan loved David so much, and David loved Jonathan so much. But when Jonathan's dad got super jealous and tried to kill David, it made Jonathan so upset. Can you think of times where maybe your best friend struggled? Or maybe your best friend had something really, really hard going on in their life? My best friend and I have both gone through really hard times, and the only thing that got us through it was showing each other the love of God and showing each other that we loved each other because we were so grateful to have one another in our lives. It's really hard to watch your friends struggle through hard things, but it's exciting to know that God loves us so much that He's given us best friends. He's given us people that walk alongside of us when life is really, really hard. This week, friends, I challenge you to think of a way that you can show love to someone that you care about so much and you're so thankful for them. What are ways that you can show them that you love them and that you care about them? Maybe that's just saying a kind word to your friend. Maybe it's reminding them who God is and how much He loves them. Sharing God's love with other people comes out of gratitude. It comes out of being so thankful for something that we can do nothing else but act on it. What can you do this week to act on your gratitude? How can you show other people that you love them because you're so thankful for them? Friends, I hope that as we continue to explore what it means to be grateful, that you can find ways to serve God and serve others because of the awesome things that God has done for you. I hope you have a so good week, and I will see you next time. Bye.